Hey everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome. I've got timeless messages from your ancestors, everybody. Okay, so speaking of timeless, Time Machine came out. I'm just gonna get right after it. Okay, take what resonates, leave the rest on the table. All of my readings are timeless. Don't make things fit, guys. Only what is showing up in your current sitch. All right. There are limiting patterns that you've been working on, limiting beliefs, conditioning, social programming. You grew up with it in your family. You are, if you're going to identify with these messages, you're here in this timeline, in this life, right here, right now, to clear karma from your ancestral lineage. And so you're clearing it for your own soul, right? But you're also, the work that you're doing is definitely clearing your ancestral lineages. Your ancestors are here with messages. I kept hearing during a meditation, are we going to really do this again? Are we really going to do this again? Are we really going to do this again? It's about repeating cycles and patterns. So that's exactly what this card, this oracle card, is actually discussing. It's like there's nothing for you to really do right this moment, according to this message. It's about like really reviewing, and it's wild because I know this is a timeless reading, my loves, but I am filming this in the last week of November. Mercury is going to go direct on November 29th. This is that last week to do that final deep dive, to do that final review, to really see, like, am I going to choose to do things differently, or am I going to repeat patterns and cycles, right? It's like, am I gonna it's like I feel like your ancestors are asking you to ask yourself, if you keep doing the same thing over and over again, you're gonna get more of the same, right? And we don't want to do that. We want to expand our consciousness. Threes are about expansion. We're expanding, we're producing, we're growing, we're evolving. So I feel like contemplation and rest and really going inside. If you haven't picked up the practices of something to the effect of just stillness, gazing out, meditation is really, really crucial. Really getting in your inner realm. What is it that you are what cycle are you trying to break? What pattern are you trying to break? Three is significant. You could have either been born on the third. Three could be significant for you on some level. I've got Taurus energy here, Libra energy. You could have been born in one of those months, or something about that month is really significant with this. When I see a circle like this, you can see the eye. Okay. You could be expanding your mind, your consciousness is expanding. There could be gifts, your clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, claircognizance could be expanding. Very, very interesting indeed. Another message that came through. I'm just going to set my timer here, my loves. Big Daddy Saturn coming in. Big Daddy Saturn coming in. Karmic path 8. This is giving me Leo energy. This is also giving me Capricorn and Aquarius energy. It's like Saturn is going direct on November 28th. So this is really huge. We've got Mercury going direct. We've got Saturn going direct. I am not a professional astrologist, but I love it, and I use it in my own personal path, my transformational path. I'm a cycle breaker right here with you, but I'm not a professional, okay? But I do incorporate it in my readings. It all intersects. Astrology, tarot, and numerology. I use all of those things in all of my readings. Anyway, there is like some type of a karmic pattern that you're trying to break through. 8 is also about abundance. It's also about making really good judgment calls, choosing differently, or are we going to repeat? The infinity sign is one of the only signs other than 0 that is a continuous process. So, like I said, I kept hearing, are we really going to do this again? Are we really going to do this again? So, this is definitely, when Saturn's going direct, it went retrograde back in July. So, that was all about doing the deep dives, doing all of the inner work, right? And I just feel like your ancestors are really asking you, in order to not repeat something again, to really do that review. What's coming up right now in your thoughts? What's coming up in your emotions and your feelings right now? It's like, if you've already done the deep dive, and if this is resonating with you, you have. Usually when those thoughts and feelings and emotions are coming up to the surface, we've got so much water energy pumping out astrologically right now. It's literally just coming out, your subconscious trying to test you. Are you ready for the new? Are you ready for the next cycle? Are you ready for these new manifestations to come in? It's testing you. I don't like to use the word test because this isn't freaking high school, you know, right, folks? But it really wants to make sure, are you really leaning into the new? Are you leaning into the new beliefs? If you're reprogramming your mindset, if you're reprogramming your subconscious, then you are obviously replacing old belief structures with new belief structures. So that testing is more about, are you really ready to hold the new frequencies, to hold what wants to come in for you? All right. So let's go ahead and dive into tarot. What messages do the ancestors have for this beautiful, beautiful collective regarding this karmic path? Let's start with that, please and thank you. You guys, if you want to book a personal reading with me, you'll find my booking links, and there's only one. It starts out with TidyCal, and it's legitimate. It's pinned in the comments of the YouTube reading, and TikTokers, you'll find it up in my profile. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to do an extended on this yet, but if I do it extended, the same link for the extendeds will be in the same place as the booking link. So what do the ancestors want this beautiful collective to know about what's unfolding for them on this karmic path? Please and thank you. 3, 2. Oop. Are we really going to do this again? Are we really going to do this again? 83 is coming out. You could have been born in 83. You could have been dealing with somebody who passed away at 83, I'm hearing. 38 as well. You could be 38 or dealing with somebody in your life that's 38 or about to turn 38 for some of you. I just heard 1938 could be significant for someone. Someone is radiant right now. Three, 2, and 1. Okay, there's Uranus. There is Aquarius. Sorry, guys, I'm getting used to this new setup here. Let me just move this over just a skosh. Okay. Aquarian energy. I mentioned Aquarius. Aquarius was originally ruled by Saturn. Now its modern ruler is Uranus. So Uranus is the planet of awakenings. Lightning bolt. Think lightning bolt. Swift change. I feel like this is definitely some type of a new path opening up for you. It's like a new path is opening up for you, but also you're closing out. Because the Fool card is the only card in the tarot deck that can start at 0 or at 22, right after the World card. So something is definitely coming full circle. You could definitely be dealing with an Aquarius, or you could be an Aquarian. But something else has to close out. There's something else that's going to be shifting for you. Yeah, but you're overcoming it. 6 of Wands, bottom of the deck. That's a butterfly. Like, you're getting ready to freaking launch. You're getting ready to fly. Very, very cool. What else about this Fool card, Spirit, and the ancestors? What do you want them to know? Thank you. Ooh! Hell yeah. 9 of Pentacles just came out. Now, feathers could be significant. For some of you, it could be seeing feathers everywhere. That's usually synchronicities, mystical, messages from the universe, from Great Spirit, from your angels or ancestors. But 9 of Pentacles, baby, you're coming into a big state of abundance, and that's why you're feeling the mind crunch. You may have, like I said, thoughts or feelings or emotions that are surfacing, testing you to make sure that you're really ready to receive this. This is really about, 9s are about endings as well. Virgo energy, Hermit energy, that's that introspection, reflection, what nuggets of wisdom want to come up to the surface, you know what I mean, to integrate. But are you ready to receive this? Because this is a pretty significant amount of abundance. So you're being called to really stand in your power and own your confidence. You know what I mean? Slowing down, make sure that you really are slowing down. This is not the time to pick up the pace. Okay, slow down and make really good decisions and choices. This new path that's opening up for you, babes. Okay. It's one of abundance. So I feel like you've definitely been doing work in terms of shifting your energy from that of, yeah, Hierophant energy, Taurus energy. There's the lightning bolt. I'm getting chills on the tops of my thighs. The lightning bolt, the change. The Hierophant is five. Fives are chaos in numerology. Change, change, change. You, if you're identifying with this, you have been working on shifting limiting beliefs, because the Hierophant can be about social constructs, shifting from limiting beliefs that you grew up with, that you gain from, spouses, friends, work environments, or whatnot. So that's definitely a nod, a confirmation. Wow. King of Wands on the bottom of the deck. There's another lightning bolt. I can't make this shit up, okay? The snake is all about, we're in the year of the snake. We're in the year of the snake. And this year has been all about really a fast track of awakening, a fast track of clearing these karmic patterns, and doing it not just for yourself, but you're doing it for your ancestral lineage. Thank you. Because when you heal that within yourself, guys, you're also not just healing your ancestral lineage that's past and beyond, but you're setting up the next 7 generations. You are setting up the next 7 generations for success. Okay, so this could definitely be something to do with career. Something in your career is coming to a change, right? Something for the better. But the snakes are about shedding their skin. Shedding their skin. And that's a process to really shed that skin. So again, anything that's coming up, don't panic. Don't panic. Take a deep breath and pause. If a thought comes in, address your ego. That's coming from ego. King of Wands reduces down to a 5 in tarot, and that is definitely referencing that ego. It's referencing the initiations of fire, and burning away and transmuting these thoughts and these old beliefs, right? So if a thought comes through, or a feeling or emotion comes through, I just want you to say, hey, we don't want to react to it. That's the test. Are you going to react? Are we going to do this again? Are we going to do this again? Are we going to react in the same way? Are we going to repeat these patterns? Because it's like when Saturn goes direct, on the 28th, it's either A, you're going to actually get back into another cycle and repeat the patterns, right? I don't think you're going to be doing that. Not when I'm seeing this. Or it's like a reward. Big Daddy Saturn popping off on some type of a reward, abundance coming in your way. It could be some type of spiritual abundance. It could be material abundance. Spiritual abundance is like, I have inner peace like I've never felt before. The chatter is gone. I'm experiencing massive amounts of joy, overflow of love for myself. I'm experiencing oneness. You know what I mean? It could be anything. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is this stuff that's coming up, it's like, slow down and ask yourself, how can I choose differently? What is this trying to teach me? What is this trying to show me? Or you could also be like, hey, I recognize the thought, but that's not me anymore. That's an old narrative. I reject you. This is the new narrative, and reaffirm whatever that narrative is for you. What other messages do you have for them, Spirit and ancestors, please and thank you? You're doing a kick-ass job. I love this. Ooh. Okay, very cool. 3 of Wands just came out, and the Queen of Wands just came out. Wow. Okay. 9. Yeah, it's definitely, this is so kick-ass. Look at these cards. The 3 of Wands and the Queen of Wands. Another snake shedding its skin, shedding these old layers. And look, she's protecting these eggs, her babies. Mother energy, nurturing energy. I feel like a lot of you I'm getting big chills on my thighs as confirmation. I feel like a lot of you have really been learning how to receive, like especially in this day and age. 1:44 on the clock. I cannot make this up. Holy crap. That's my timer. We're just going to go a little bit over. I'm going to set the timer again. I'm really trying to refine my time on these readings, you guys. Anyway, whatever. I feel like part of the limiting beliefs, because in this society, in this day and age, it's always like people are like, we've been ingrained, we've been trained to, productivity is the equivalent of, 12 and 16-hour days. It's the hustle era, the hustle stitch. And guess what? The hustle era is over. OVER. It is ending. That's why we're in the age of Aquarius. It's part of the social constructs on a collective level. I think a lot of you have an individual, a personal mission here, and you're also like, it's like a double mission. I'm picking up on like star seed energy. Maybe you identify as a star seed. Like you also have a global mission and purpose, and that's part of it. You're protecting this new path. Okay, you're preparing yourself for this new path. The Three of Wands, like your manifestations are about to come through. It's like everything is really working out in its favor. These two cards together equate to a 9. This is about a time of integrating and really deep trust and faith, okay, that everything is exactly as it's supposed to be. But I feel like protect your energy right now is what's coming through. Protect your energy right now. You don't need to speak on what's going on either. Definitely seeing the King and the Queen of Wands show up. I feel like there could be something to do with a partnership coming in, some type of a collaboration in your career. It doesn't have to be. For some of you, this could also be you're dealing with somebody on like a romantic level, that they're somehow involved in this situation. It doesn't have to be. Take that however that resonates. Yeah, Six of Wands. You are supposed to be seen. You're supposed to be seen and heard. I think a lot of you are going to be sharing your story on some level, like some type of a platform. It could be a community. It could be an online platform. You're about to launch, though. You're about to launch. You've been in some type of a cocoon, like an initiation period. Probably the last few years is what I'm picking up on. Yeah, Judgment on the bottom of the deck. Judgment Day is here. This is about really, truly, see the bird rising up from all the dark? Like you're coming out of the dark period. Like I feel like your initiation is ending, okay? Which is kick ass. High five, you've really been through it. 222 on the timer could be significant. This is really, truly about this is the phoenix rising out of the ashes. You know what I mean? You're coming out of the darker times. If you don't feel it yet, you are coming out of the darker times. And moving forward, man, it's like let yourself really, truly be seen authentically. All of it. Let it all freaking hang out unapologetically. That is the Queen of Wands. And she is the manifester of all the queens. The one thing about the Queen of Wands, though, is when she is manifesting, it has to be for the highest good of all. It can't just be for your own needs. And I feel like if you're identifying with this reading, you are on some type of a mission, really helping to usher in, helping to raise the consciousness of planet Earth. You're really here to help raise that consciousness and really hold and anchor the energies and the frequencies of divine love and joy. Because some of you could identify as a grid worker as well. 1, 2, 3 on the clock. Any messages about this time machine spirit and ancestors? It's like, keep going, keep going. You're on the brink. I'm getting big chills on my thighs. You're on the brink of really significant change. And I know a lot of you could already be feeling like really freaking pumped and really freaking, excited to get going on this. But it's like, man, don't slow down and integrate this, okay? Because if you don't integrate the lessons that you've learned, that means to really truly apply them in your daily. How are you going to do this differently? How are you going to show up differently, right? That's different. Yeah, Hermit, thank you, Spirit. Virgo energy. That the turtle's in his shell. He's protecting himself. Turtle Spirit, you could identify with Turtle Spirit. This is really, truly like giving yourself the minute to really be quiet and still and let that information, that wisdom come up from within you, okay? And you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. How are you going to apply this? How are you going to do this differently? Get outside in nature, babies. If you need time to really get grounded and centered, getting outside, being quiet. Ram Dass said something that really helps me because I am like all air and all fire. Okay. When you are quiet, the quieter you are, the more you hear. The quieter you are, the more you hear. Yeah, there's wisdom that wants to come through. You are totally wrapping up a big cycle. I've got 999 on the board here, my loves. This is really kick ass for you. Really. Yeah, 4 of Cups. Pay attention to the details right now. Mouse spirit is about the details. Pay attention to the details. Don't, you know, it's like spirit and your ancestors are sending you signs and messages, whether it's coming from the external or it's coming from the internal. This is about being really present, being anchored in the present. That is where spirit works. That's where the magic happens, is staying anchored in the present moment. Wow. All right, let's go ahead and get final messages. I'm definitely going to go into an extended over at Patreon, you guys. I want to dive deeper into finding out like more about what you're actually working through and what's coming in ahead for you. Whatever other messages spirit has for you and your ancestors. But let's go ahead and get final guidance for you right here, right now. Thank you, spirit. Justice card just came in. Yeah, justice is served. This is your time. Libra energy, more Venus energy, that abundance coming from your heart. Learning how to be in your heart space, operating from your heart. Like you're not operating, you are operating under divine law. And if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Right? Things are definitely coming into balance for you. This is also that sort of discernment. Again, you have been gifted with spiritual discernment, meaning when those voices come up, when those thoughts come up, when those feelings and emotions come up, it's like, take that sort of discernment. Nope, old narrative. Do everything that you can do right now to keep yourself in balance, internally balanced, so that you can hear. So you can hear what's going on inside. You know what I'm saying? Wow. Yeah, there's progress and momentum. There's another lightning bolt. If you haven't already felt the shift, it's going to come in. It's going to come in when you least expect it. And that shift, that Uranus shift, that awakening shift, could be like your energy feels lighter, or those old narratives, they don't hold weight anymore. They're not affecting you anymore. It could suddenly be an idea or a solution that's coming to light. Again, this can be coming from internally, or some type of message is coming towards you from your ancestors, your angels, your guides, or spirit. Yeah, 7 of Wands, protect your energy. Boundaries with yourself and ego, right? And boundaries with other people right now. All right, this is where I'm going to leave it, babies. If this is where we leave it and you got what you needed, awesome sauce. Mwah, chef's kiss vibes until the next time. I'll see you guys. Otherwise, let's jump on over to Patreon and find out what else wants to come through.